These racist folks is on our timeline crying up a storm and having a meltdown because their hero got found guilty. Do y'all remember this lady right here on your screen called Shiloh Hendrix? If you guys don't recall, Shiloh Hendrix went viral about 1.5 years ago for being in a park and calling a 5-year-old visibly autistic little boy the N-word with the hard R.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the N-word? It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit.
Nobody digging to you.
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him the little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. You can be recorded for that.
I don't give a.
Huh. Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
These racist devils decided, after watching this grown woman call a 5-year-old little boy who's autistic the N-word with the hard R, they decided it was appropriate to reward her with $859,000. So as soon as this video went viral, she launched a GoFundMe because she realized her job was cooked. She realized her livelihood was cooked, right? Once people seen who she really was, it was cooked. But the racists came to her rescue and they gave her $859,000, right? Now, they would try to disguise this, because I've seen a lot of people, including Steven Crowder and others, who disguise this as, we gave her $859,000 because, she got fired. Her life would never be the same again, right? Everything under the sun other than, hey, we don't like black people. That would have been, that would have been fine. You know why? Because now we know who you guys are, right? But they literally spit in our faces by telling us they gave Shiloh Hendrix $859,000 based off a free speech issue. Are you crazy? Free, huh? Y'all all of a sudden believe in the First Amendment when it comes to a racist white woman calling a 5-year-old little boy the N-word with the hard R. But Shiloh Hendrix, after receiving $859,000, I guess Minnesota decided, bruh, we can't allow this precedent to be set, bruh. If this woman calls a 5-year-old autistic little boy the N-word with the hard R, and then she goes on and raised $859,000, and then she drops a video, by the way, after receiving that money, she drops a video with a bunch of coded language. They're rubbing it in black people's faces. Yeah, I did it, and I'll do it again. I'll get away with it. Right? So she didn't learn her lesson at all. And Minnesota thought this was not fair.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shiloh Hendrix. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on
Shiloh Hendrix case has lingered since 2025, and it's setting a very wrong precedence for racism in America, and it's gotten a whole lot of people talking with just a verdict that has been passed by the state, where she's fined not for calling the autistic child, the N-word, but for calling the guy who was videoing her the N-word. And I don't just get it. Is this a partial judgment? Is this judgment fair with 60 days community service and a fine of $1,000 US? Is that hard enough to send a correction? It's like she's got away with it. And this kind of actions and behaviors are what people are coming out to condemn. All credit to the original content creators. We'll be diving right into this video. We have a couple of videos. If you're a new subscriber and you're coming across my YouTube channel, please do hit that subscription button, hit that notification button, so that when we bring on new updates, you'll be the first to be notified. So we'll go in, and at the end of the video, we'll come to give you our personal assessment and opinion over the subject matter. So hang in.
The verdict is in the trial of Shiloh Hendrix, who was accused of disorderly conduct for calling a black child a racial slur at a Rochester park in April 2025. The jury finding Shiloh Hendrix guilty of disorderly conduct against an adult. That is the man who recorded that video that then went viral on social media, and not guilty of disorderly conduct against a child. Now, the sentencing guidelines for this: she was given a $1,000 fine, supervised probation with a 90-day stayed sentence for jail time, meaning she will not be in jail unless she violates her probation, and 200 community work hours of service. Now, the defense expressing that he is not happy with this outcome tonight. The city attorney's office for Rochester not offering any comment at this time.
Let's play a game. I'm going to give you two court cases that took place in Minnesota, and you get to tell me what the outcome was. The first one is Shiloh Hendrix, the woman who said the N-word at a park. It all started when a child allegedly stole something from Shiloh's bag. She then called him the N-word, at which point people became offended and a man filmed her, to which she said on camera, again to him, the same word. The second is the case of this man, originally from Somalia, Sharmake Bilay Omar. He was charged with of a 16-year-old girl that he had picked up after she ran away from home. He brought her back to his trailer, propositioned her, saying, "Let's do this." She said no. He didn't take no as an answer and continued to have his way with her. She was kept there for about 24 hours, and he and a friend stole the shoes off of her feet so that she couldn't run away. Now, knowing both of these stories, which one do you think received a trial and a sentencing? If you had said Shiloh Hendrix for saying the N-word, you would be correct. You see, the charges were filed against Mr. Omar, but the prosecution waited 3 years so that the victim would age out of the foster care system, and then the charges would subsequently be dropped. However, Omar, the man who was charged with that, was the one filming Shiloh, and he decided to take her to court, and they just found her guilty of disorderly conduct, fining her $1,000, 90 days in jail, and 200 hours of community service for saying a bad word.
You guys remember Shiloh Hendrix, the woman that went super viral for shouting the N-word at like a child and then a Somalian man in Minnesota? Well, she was just found guilty in her trial. Now, you might be thinking, what was she even charged for? The whole incident started when a child took something from her bag and then she called him the N-word. And then the parent came over and she started calling the parent the N-word. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but it doesn't seem like she was committing any crime. But according to Minnesota, this was disorderly conduct and she was found guilty of 1 of 2 counts of it. But what's weird is she was found not guilty when it came to the child, but guilty when it came to the man filming her. So because she called that man filming her the N-word, she has to pay a $1,000 fine and do 200 hours of community work service. Now, you can hate her all you want for saying this, but that's ridiculous. Like, she wasn't threatening him in any kind of way. She was literally walking away and the dude was following her with his camera. And she just happened to say a word a few times. And just to show you the two different sides of Minnesota, the dude filming was a Somalian man who was charged with 2 counts of sexual assault to a 16-year-old girl. In those cases, the judge just dismissed them. So in Minnesota, if you say the N-word, you get a huge fine of community service. If you sexually assault a minor, your case gets thrown out the window.
Welcome back, guys. Hearing Americans talk this way, it's a crazy situation, because many times these issues like this are always drawn along racial lines, where you have people saying, okay, but one partial kind of judgment is given to them because they are blacks, or judgment goes this way because he is white. And until we begin to call a spade, we cannot expect the communities or the economy, or rather the state or the nation, to become better. The state of Minnesota has passed its verdict, and for some, they feel it could have more consequences, more bearing to deter others from doing that. But looking at the subject matter critically from my own observation, and looking at the videos that we have critically examined, I think that will serve. But the audacity in which she has done what she has done without apology sends a wrong message. So let's know what you think. Let's know what you think in the comment section.